Uncharted: The Lost Legacy is a masterpiece. Honestly, I feel like this is the best game in the whole Uncharted franchise. It doesn't innovate much, but what it does innovate, it does that with style and unprecedented level of polish. So what is Uncharted: The Lost Legacy? It was supposed to be a DLC for Uncharted 4, but instead it ended up being a standalone game, and that's a good thing. It's a half-priced game, but it certainly don't feel like a budget title. As you all probably know by this point, the story of Nathan Drake ended with Uncharted 4, so you're probably wondering with who you're playing in Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. The story continues right after the events of Uncharted 4, but you play with a well-known character if you're into Uncharted games, Chloe Fraser. I'm pretty sure you remember her. Like in almost every Uncharted game, you have a companion accompanying you on your journey, and in The Lost Legacy that partner is Nadine Ross. Also, if you're a fan, you'll remember her from past games. Chloe and Nadine are such different characters in terms of personality. But that's a good thing. They're a great and a potent mix. The dialogue between them is interesting, and they'll sometimes get into a fight, which is also pretty interesting itself. The story this time around takes our two characters into the mountains of India in search of a treasure called the Tusk of Ganesh. You'll even get to see Nathan Drake's brother, Sam. Later in the game, of course, someone else is also after the Tusk of Ganesh, and you see where this is going. This is as far as I'm comfortable going into the story aspect of Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Gameplay in Uncharted: The Lost Legacy is pretty much the same like it was in Uncharted 4, but with a few changes. The biggest change is right at the start of the game. You're given a large piece of land to explore as you want. Think of it as a mini sandbox. You have a jeep at your disposal, and like I said, you're free to explore. The main objective in this free space is to collect 3 key items from 3 towers in order to advance the story. You can also hunt for treasures and collect Hoysala coins, and these are actually pretty fun to collect. Some of the coin locations have a puzzle involved which you need to solve, and these are interesting as well. If you collect all the Hoysala coins, and I think there's like 11 of them, you get a special item called the Queen's Ruby. This item will audio-visually signalize when you're near a treasure. Like I said, the Hoysala coins are fun to collect, and you also get a cool reward for it. Plus you also get a trophy for it. After you make it through this open space, it's still not the end, but the game then shifts to a more linear style of levels like in earlier Uncharted games. Gunplay is also very nice in this game. It's a standard fare for the series: use cover, shoot the bad guys, use stealth if you want, hide behind tall grass to remain stealthy, and use ropes to swing around in combat. The rope gives the game a sense of extra mobility in the combat. Combat is meaty and great, but there's not a lot of variation in the enemy design. Regular guys, tougher guys, and guys with armor. That's pretty much it. Of course, like in any good Uncharted game, there are scripted set pieces, and in here these are fun and interesting. Especially in the last part of the game, which involves a train. I won't spoil it, but I will say it's pretty cool. There are puzzles in the game for you to complete, and these consist of rotating levers, aligning some wall murals, and my personal favorite, 3 rooms in where you have to jump in the right order. That one is very, very interesting and fun. Graphically speaking, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy is nothing short of incredible. It just looks so damn good. The mountains of India are extremely gorgeous and nicely made. The structures are also pretty well detailed. It all runs at 1080p 30 frames per second on the standard PlayStation 4, which happens to be the version I was playing. I haven't seen any stutters or frame rate drops, it all runs pretty consistently. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy is gonna take you around 10 hours to complete, and it's absolutely worth the $35 price tag. It's a great sequel to Uncharted 4, and it will be interesting to see where the franchise will go in the future without Nathan Drake. If the future lies with Chloe and Nadine, I'm all for it.
Let's try the other side! Whoa, easy now.
10 out of 10.